The federal government, ever since the appeal court ruling, refused to release Nnamdi Kanu pending the determination of the Supreme Court of Justice. Federal government appealed against the judgment of the Court of Appeal, which had earlier discharged and acquitted Kanu of all the charges of treasonable felony and consequently ordered his unconditional release. Nnamdi Kanu lawyer, Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor, in a statement on Wednesday, urged all supporters of the Biafra leader to remain focused and not distracted as they await the Supreme Court ruling on the matter on Friday. Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor, in a statement titled, Updates on the Medical Health Condition of ONYNDU Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, reads below. Ututu Oma, Ezigbo Umu Chineke. You will recall that during my exclusive interview on Radio Biafra, which took place last Sunday, the 10th day of December 2023, I confirmed to Ezigbo Umu Chineke that about 24 hours after I raised alarm in my public statement titled, The Injustice and Prejudice Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has suffered in the hands of the Nigerian state since 2015, published on the 29th of November 2023. I was called and notified that findings on the medical investigations on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which was part of the concerns that I raised in the statement, was ready for onward transmission to him. Further efforts that I made to ensure that a meeting took place last week could not materialize due to the bureaucratic schedule of the detaining authority, the State Security Service, SSS. However, the meeting was eventually fixed for yesterday, the 12th day of December 2023. I attended this meeting. He is being detained in solitary confinement in the company of Onyendi. Upon our arrival, the in-house mom to receive us and was equally present during the recommendations, solution, the necessary recommendation, even as we are optimistic upon his freedom, come the 15th. Other highlights of prepare for this all-important out 2023. I keep eyes on the ball and never to a matter of public note that no matter how they try, because Onyendi's freedom is not up, will certainly be granted. Thank you all, Ezigbo Umu Chineke, and remain hugely blessed. We move. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has said that the State of Israel goal is not merely to win the war but to ensure that anyone that teaches and supports terrorism is not allowed into Gaza. Benjamin Netanyahu stated this on Tuesday via nationwide broadcast just as 153 nations at the United Nations emergency meeting voted in favor of humanitarian ceasefire in the ongoing Israel military operations in the Palestine city of Gaza. Just as the United Nations demanded an immediate humanitarian ceasefire in the Gaza Strip, Reuters reported that the U.S. President, Joe Biden, warned that Israel was losing international support because of its indiscriminate bombing of civilians. India voted in favor of ceasefire on Gaza. India called for a two-state solution to the long-standing Palestine question. 10 countries, including the US and Israel, opposed it, while 153 voted in favor, and 23 abstained. Statement by Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu reads in quotes, I greatly appreciate the American support for destroying Hamas and returning our hostages. Following an intensive dialogue with President Biden and his team, we received full backing for the ground incursion and blocking the international pressure to stop the war. Yes, there is disagreement about the day after Hamas, and I hope that we will reach agreement here as well. I would like to clarify my position. I will not allow Israel to repeat the mistake of Oslo. After the great sacrifice of our civilians and our soldiers, I will not allow the entry into Gaza of those who educate for terrorism, support terrorism and finance terrorism. Gaza will be neither Hamastan nor Fatastan. Earlier on Tuesday, the Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, and Environmental Protection Minister, Edith Silman, attended an evening event in the series, Lighting Up Israel, under the auspices of the Environmental Protection Ministry, the Culture and Sports Ministry, and Nature and Park Authority, to honor the men and women of the Israel Police. At the event, Prime Minister Netanyahu said, "The contribution of the men and women of the Israel Police in stopping the criminal invasion by those murderers was decisive. You had an immense role in the blocking action, and today the entire people of Israel knows it. Today the entire nation is united, first of all, in the pen of our fallen citizens, police officers, IDF soldiers, and ISA personnel. The heart craves. We are celebrating the festival of Chanukah, and you know that 4 of the 5 Hasmoneans fell to the enemy. But like you, they did not give up and fought to the end against a brutal enemy that wanted to wipe the Jewish people off the face of the earth, our heritage, our faith, our religion, our people. They came to wipe us off the face of the earth. The Maccabees then fought, they did not give in, and won. And the Maccabees of today are you. You are not giving up, you are continuing to victory. There is no compromise. It is total victory. Merely winning is insufficient because we will also free all of our hostages. I am insisting that there will be no force that educates for terrorism, cares for terrorism, and supports terrorism. It will not be. I have said this and I reiterate, neither Hamastan nor Fatastan. Not the one and not the other. We will insist on this together. We are united. We are a united force. With God's help and yours, we will win. I salute you, the men and women of the Israel Police. Go and succeed. Go and win. Thank you and have a happy holiday. This evening, at the event in the Dorot Hall in Esdeyov, comedian Adi Miller entertained the police officers. The event began with the lighting of the Chanukah candles by Rabbi Meir Mary from the Chabad community in Kiryat Gat. Rivers State Governor, Siminalayi Fubara has signed into law the 2024 budget appropriation bill he presented and was passed by the 5 lawmakers of the State House Assembly in less than 24 hours. The governor presented the bill. Rivers State Governor, Siminalayi Fubara had presented before 5 lawmakers the 2024 budget appropriation bill at a sitting held inside a hall at the State Government House in Port Harcourt and directed the demolition of the State House of Assembly complex. According to Punch newspaper, the budget presentation on Wednesday came a few minutes after the commencement of the demolition of the State House of Assembly complex. It would be recalled that 27 lawmakers of the House of Assembly had on Monday defected from the People's Democratic Party (PDP) to the All Progressives Congress (APC). The 27 members, said to be loyal to the immediate past governor of the state and current minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, were not present at the sitting. The crisis rocking the Rivers State House of Assembly took a new turn on Monday when the 27 members defected from the ruling People's Democratic Party in the state to the All Progressives Congress. The lawmakers, according to reports, cited division within the PDP as the primary reason for their defection to the APC. The lawmakers, it as we learned, held plenary around at AM on Monday where the decision to defect to All Progressives Congress was taken. It was reported that the lawmakers sat under tight security mounted at the entrance of the Assembly complex along Moscow Road in Port Harcourt. Following the defection on Monday, the Rivers State Governor, Siminalayi Fubara, summoned an emergency Executive Council meeting. The meeting called was also to discuss the defection of 27 lawmakers of the State House of Assembly from the PDP to the APC. The meeting, which was presided over by the governor, is the 5th Executive Council meeting. The 4th Executive Council meeting was held on October 27, 2023, where the Council approved 4 draft bills. The seats of the 27 defected lawmakers were subsequently declared vacant by the remaining 5 honorable members loyal to the state governor. The affected lawmakers were not present at the sitting where their seats were declared vacant. The 4-member assembly, led by factional Speaker Edison Ehi, loyal to the state governor, on Wednesday, said the decision to declare the seats vacant was in line with Section 109(1)(g) and 2 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended. The Speaker, who read the names of the lawmakers affected, called on the Independent National Electoral Commission to conduct fresh elections within the time frame provided by law to fill the positions. Distinguished colleagues, the House will duly inform the Independent National Electoral Commission of the vacancies in the Rivers State House of Assembly and indeed, to conduct a fresh election to fill the above vacancies, he declared. Constitutional lawyer, Femi Falana, said the members of the Rivers State House of Assembly whose seats were declared vacant were not exposed to sound legal advice. Falana stated this according to Vanguard newspaper, in an interview on Channels Television's Politics Today on Wednesday. He said the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, is required by law to conduct elections for the seats of the lawmakers. He said the legislators were not exposed to sound legal advice. Everybody should know that once the Supreme Court has made a pronouncement on a matter in any country, you're bound to comply, and if you're going to take any decision, you must study the judgment critically. Just yesterday, 20 legislators who defected from the People's Democratic Party, PDP, to the All Progressives Congress, APC, had their seats declared vacant by the court. That's the law, unless the Supreme Court decides to change it. That is the law in Nigeria today. It's also a good development, it's a good law, it's a good interpretation that there should be no political prostitution in the country, because it's tantamount to political immorality if you vote on the platform of a political party and you abandon the party. You're advised to go and try your luck by contesting again under the new political party, he said. Daily Times of Nigeria had reported that the Rivers State Governor, Siminalayi Fubara, has been warned to prepare for a tough battle ahead, following his face-off with the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, Nyesom Wike. The warning came from the spiritual leader of INR Evangelical Spiritual Church, Primate Elijah Ayodele, who said that Fubara's second-term ambition will be tough, and that he will face similar challenges to those faced by former Lagos State Governor, Akinwumi Ambode. Ayodele urged Fubara to seek God's help, as only he can change Wike's mind and ensure that Fubara is not impeached. He also warned the governor to be careful of moles in his camp who are working to remove him from office. He said the legislators were not exposed to sound legal advice. Everybody should know that once the Supreme Court has made a pronouncement on a matter in any country, you're bound to comply, and if you're going to take any decision, you must study the judgment critically. According to Ayodele, he will still face impeachment, but I see him surviving it. The House will continue to be troubled. They will make him uncomfortable and make his first term miserable, but he will survive it if he turns to God for help. There is no amount of what he does, it is only God that can fight for him. There will be so many moles in his camp. It's unfortunate that this is happening at a time when Fubara is willing to work. They won't appreciate his efforts and they will want to mess him up. Those who are against his governorship will also add to it. The governor must be careful, put his security together and be very prayerful, he added. The rift between Wike and Fubara began less than 6 months after Fubara took office. Wike's loyalists in the Rivers House of Assembly moved to impeach Fubara, but the governor vowed to resist such a move. Thereafter, Wike accused Fubara of burning down the State House of Assembly and described the governor as an ingrate. Excerpts. Rivers State 2024 Budget Statement. Presented to the Rivers State House of Assembly. By His Excellency Siminalayi GSSIS Governor, Rivers State, the 13th of December 2024. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. 2. It is my pleasure to be before this hallowed chamber today to present our state's budget estimates of revenues and expenditures for the fiscal year 2024. 3. Before I proceed with my presentation, I wish to, again, thank God for the special opportunity to serve our people as their elected governor. 4. We thank our dear President, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR for his special interest in the peace and progress of Rivers State and the bold steps he has taken to revamp the nation's economy and sustainable development across the country. 5. We are also grateful to the good people of Rivers State and the progressive members of the State House of Assembly for your continuing support and prayer for the success of our administration. 6. We assure you that we will never take your trust and confidence for granted. We will remain faithful to our oath of office and do the best we can to advance the aspirations of our people for good governance, peace, security, and inclusive development. 7. Our spirit is high, our determination is forever strong as we remain focused on delivering on our mandate in an honest, accountable, just, and fair manner to all parts of the state and all segments of society. Under our watch, no part of the state will be neglected in our development agenda, no one will be left behind in the distribution of resources and opportunities. 9. We reaffirm our commitment to working closely with the State House of Assembly to fulfill all our promises and take Rivers State to greater heights of peace, progress, and prosperity. 10. Mr. Speaker, recall that we launched the construction of the Port Harcourt Dual Carriage Railroad as a flagship project to accelerate the socio-economic development of our state. Julius Berger has since mobilized to the site and work on this multi-billion naira project has begun. 11. In line with our consolidation mantra, we have in the last 6 months completed many of the uncompleted projects we inherited from the immediate past administration, including roads, hospitals, and schools, while those not yet completed have reached advanced stages of completion. 12. Some of the completed roads include Oigbo, Okoluma Road, Alode, One Road, Potem Benue Hero Road, Ogbodahia Internal Roads, Obo Ohubogo Widemud Road, Omoko Aligo Krijin Road, Eneka Internal Roads, Obakiri Internal Roads, and Omagwa Internal Roads. 13. Other roads, which construction is proceeding very well include Ahoda Omoku Dualization, Emoha Tema Junction Dualization, Bomoakalai, Eberi Road, Alode Ebubu Eteo Junction Road, Egbo Yehuda Internal Roads, Elelemo Internal Roads, Rumupiricom Internal Roads, First 2, Bori City Internal Roads, the Ngo section of the Ogoni Andoni Opobo Unity Road, and the Opobo Rim Road and electrification projects. 14. On education, we have delivered Government Comprehensive Secondary School, Borukiri, Government Secondary School, Eneka, Government Secondary School, Emoha, Government Secondary School, Okehi, Comprehensive Secondary School, Alesa, Eleme, Government Secondary School, Ataba, and the 10,000 capacity University of Port Harcourt Auditorium. The hostel and auditorium projects at the Yenagoa campus of the Nigerian Law School are also almost completed. 15. Our commitment to healthcare delivery remains strong. Already, we have delivered the Professor Kelson Harrison Hospital, the Dental, Maxillofacial, Ear, Nose, Throat and Ophthalmology Hospital, and several primary healthcare centers across the state. 16. To accelerate the delivery of affordable housing, we have signed a memorandum of understanding with TAF Global Africa and turned the sword for the first development of 20,000 units of houses in the state. 17. This is another signature project of our administration, which is targeted at creating new model cities within Obio, Apo and Ikwere local government areas of the state with enormous socio-economic benefits to the state and our people. 18. On sports development, we have opened the Real Madrid Football Academy for full academic and football training activities with the admission of the first batch of students. We have also rehabilitated the indoor basket hall and pitch at Niger Street, Port Harcourt. 19. We are poised to stimulate industrialization by creating an enabling business environment to attract investors to invest in the different sectors of the state's economy. 20. To this end, plans are underway to organize the first Rivers State Investment Summit in decades to work out an investment and industrialization roadmap for the state. 21. We have also approved 3 bills: the Rivers State Investment Promotion Agency Bill, the Rivers State Youth Entrepreneurship Development Trust Fund Bill, the Rivers State Electricity Bill, and the Rivers State New Towns Development Bill, which are critical to accelerating investments, job creation, energy security, economic empowerment, and the socio-economic advancement of the state when passed into law. 22. Furthermore, we have concluded arrangements to launch the 4 billion naira seed fund in partnership with the Bank of Industry for small and medium-scale enterprises across the state at a single-digit interest rate. 23. We have also entered into a memorandum of understanding with an investor to build a modern spare parts market in the state. 24. We appreciate the relevance and importance of the civil service to the development of the state through effective implementation of government policies and programs. 25. Consequently, our commitment is to strengthen and motivate the civil service for all and response performance through regular promotions, payment of salaries, pensions and gratuities, and the provision of a good working environment. 26. Accordingly, we are happy to report that we are up to date in the payment of salaries and pensions to our civil servants and concluded the promotion exercise for our mainstream civil servants and other staff, except those without functional governing boards, such as the secondary school teachers and health. To legally conduct the exercise will be done as soon as we constitute the governing boards. 27. We have restored water and installed new lifts at the State Secretariat complex to improve sanitation and ease access to the higher floors of the complex. 28. Since we came on board, we have spent over 6 billion naira to pay the gratuities backlog to retired civil servants. Again, our commitment is to ensure that we clear all areas of gratuities owed to civils by previous administrations. 29. Also, the recruitment exercise of 10,000 workers into the state civil service is almost completed and successful candidates will receive their engagement letters as soon as the report from the State Civil Service Commission is ratified by the State Executive Council. 30. Finally, we have worked with security agencies, local governments, and community leaders to keep our state peaceful, safe, and secure. This is an achievement we will continue to further improve and sustain throughout the Yuletide and beyond. 31. Mr. Speaker, I have highlighted some of our achievements in policies and projects as a relatively young administration implementing a budget and programs we inherited from the immediate past administration. 32. As we government, we are satisfied with the modest mileage we have gained in implementing our blueprint despite the prevailing economic hardship and the political challenges and distractions we faced since the inception of our government. 33. Nevertheless, we can assure our people that the tempo of governance and delivery of services in our priority areas of investment and economic growth, infrastructure delivery and job creation, education, healthcare and human capital development, agriculture, and food security will gain traction and accelerate with speed and vigor in the new year. 2023 Budget Performance Review. 34. Mr. Speaker, a total revenue of 756,666,987.238 naira was projected for the 2023 fiscal year. The sum included a supplementary estimate of 200 billion naira, which we accessed for the exclusive purpose of funding the construction of the Port Harcourt Ring Road project. 35. The breakdown of the 2023 budget was as follows. At recurrent expenditure, 175,249,692,201 naira. Capital expenditure, 380,417,395,037 naira. Supplementary capital estimate, 200 billion naira. Total, 755,666,987.238 naira. 36. As of October 2023, the total actual receipts from all sources was approximately 66% performance on the revenue side. 37. There were encouraging improvements in internally generated revenue receipts as against the projections for the year, while the performance of recurrent expenditure was 100%. The 2024 budget assumptions. 38. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, the 2024 budget, Christine Budget of Promise, is based on the following assumptions. An oil price benchmark of $70 per barrel. Oil production rate of 1.5 million barrels per day and free exchange rate of 750 naira to $1 as projected by the federal government. The 2024 budget size. 39. The total projected revenue for Rivers State for the 2024 fiscal year is at 100 naira, 392,485,433.01. This is constituted as follows. Recurrent expenditure equals 368,598,242,570 naira and 85 kobos. Capital expenditure equals 410,266,485,090 naira and 64 kobos. Total equals at 100,392,485,433 naira and 1 kobo. Financing the 2024 budget. 40. The financial sources of the 2024 budget are as follows. Internally generated revenue minus 231,057,000 at 136,945 naira. Statutory allocation minus 60 at 1,450 at 1,610 naira. Mineral funds minus 145,526,581,463 naira. Value added tax minus 55,650,000,000 naira. Refunds escrow, Paris ECA minus 1 naira, 200 million.00. Refunds from bank charges minus 1 naira, 500 million.00. Excess crude account minus 1 naira, 700 million.00. Exchange rate gain minus 1,200,000,000 naira. Forex equalization minus 3 billion naira. Other FASC minus 5 billion naira. Asset sales minus 20 billion naira. Capital receipts minus 9 billion at 179,557,210 naira. Proposed internal, external grants minus 24,570,000,000 naira. International credits 2,000 naira, 000,000.00. Bonds minus 237 billion naira. Internal loans 235,000 naira, 000,000.00. Prior year balance minus 6 naira, 934,784,000 at 172.01. Total equals at 100,392,485,433 naira and 1 kobo. Recurrent expenditure. 41. The recurrent expenditure is projected to be spent as follows. Personnel emolument minus 99 naira, 588,939,939.39. New recruitment minus 28 naira, 924,562,980.61. Overhead costs minus 18 billion at 171,623,339 naira. Grants, contributions and subsidies minus 7,908,000,000 naira. Counterpart pension scheme minus 15 billion naira. Gratuities, death benefits minus 77 billion at 150 million naira. Monthly pensions minus 30,240,000,000 naira. Domestic loans interest minus 32,420,734,367 naira and 60 kobos. Foreign loan interest minus 536,709,790 at naira and 4 kobos. Domestic loan principal repayment minus 26,018,966,086 naira and 70 kobos. Foreign loan principal repayment minus 5,081,731,374 naira and 51 kobos. FASC deductions minus 12 billion at 165,723,913 naira. Court charges, general admin minus 5 billion naira. Capital expenditure. 42. The capital allocation of 410,266,485,090 naira and 64 kobos represents about 51% of the total budget projections for the fiscal year 2024. SECTOIL allocation of the capital budget. 43. The sectoral allocation of the capital budget is as follows. Governance minus 161,742,000,000 at 135,256 naira and 27 kobos. Information and communication minus 2,234,273,160 at Nairas. 3. Public administration minus 13,852,493,641 Nairas and 59 Kobos. 4. Finance and planning minus 7,779,818,293 Nairas and 13 Kobos. Agriculture minus 20,311,574,254 Nairas and 53 Kobos. Infrastructure minus 120 at 3,540,952 Nairas and 66 Kobos. Commerce and investment minus 1,787,418,534 Nairas, 40. Culture and tourism minus 1,381,187 Nairas, 0.049.31. Education minus 40,426,441,994 Nairas and 74 Kobos. Health minus 30,555 Nairas, 506,740 at 0.20. Social development minus 10,155,787,127 Nairas and 27 Kobos. Environment and sustainable development minus at 1,449,614,889 Nairas and 89 Kobos. 13. Judiciary minus 5,646,617,642 Nairas and 76 Kobos. The 2024 Budget Policy and Objectives. 44. Honorable Speaker, the overall policy objectives of the 2024 budget are to promote economic development in the state through inclusive growth, the provision of critical infrastructure to support economic, business, and social activities, and the creation of an enabling environment for private sector-led industrialization, job creation, and poverty reduction. 45. We will strive to address the challenges of socio-economic inequalities by ensuring improved access to quality and affordable education, healthcare, water, electricity, housing, social investments, gender empowerment, and social inclusion. 46. This accounts for the reasonably high allocations in the 2024 capital budget to infrastructure, education, healthcare, social development, environment, sustainable development, and agriculture. 47. With these funds, we will build more road networks to interconnect the state, rehabilitate, equip, train, and staff all dilapidated primary and secondary schools, build technical and vocational education centers, and allocate more funds to our tertiary schools to improve the quality of teaching, learning, and research. 48. We will also rehabilitate, equip, and staff dilapidated primary healthcare facilities, restore, equip, and staff all our general hospitals, complete, equip, and staff all 5 zonal hospitals, implement socially beneficial healthcare schemes, and introduce social investment schemes to fight poverty, social exclusion, and gender discrimination. 49. Given the importance of the judiciary in the advancement of the rule of law, economic growth, and social accountability, we have also improved the allocation for the funding of the judiciary, law, and justice sectors in this budget to achieve effective and speedy dispensation of justice in the state. 50. We will ensure that access local and international credits are used only for capital projects that would benefit economic growth, give attention to the completion of ongoing projects before embarking on new ones, and grow the economy through targeted investments in areas of comparative economic advantage, including commercial agriculture, electricity generation, renewable energy, oil and gas, housing, and sports development. 51. We will also provide our young people with the skills and tools they need to succeed in the 21st century economy and to ensure that education and healthcare are accessible to all regardless of background and means. Conclusion. 52. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, thank you again for your patriotism and dedication to the service and advancement of the state. 53. The budget we have put forward reflects our commitment to responsible financial management and our dedication to the progress of our state and the well-being of our people. 54. Our priorities are clear: to secure our state, foster sustainable economic growth, create opportunities for all, invest in the future, and ensure our collective prosperity. 55. As we all know, the security and well-being of the people are the reason we are in government. The budgeting process is fundamental to the realization of this fundamental objective of state policy. 56. We recognize the challenges we face as a state and the pointless efforts to frustrate and sabotage our government even before we get started. As you know, desperate situations call for desperate measures. I assure you of our determination to weather the raging storm strategically and responsibly. 57. Mr. Speaker, I therefore commend this budget to the House of Assembly for your consideration and speedy passage.